your upper body, right? But if the sun hits your legs are gonna start to sizzle.
Oh.
So you gotta position it at such a way that it doesn't even hit your legs.
Playing this with no sound sucks.
We're all the sound you need, Andrew.
This is true. So what I could do is I could hypnotize somebody to drive me, and then I can shapeshift and hide underneath the car while they drive.
Or in the back seat.
Yeah, no, there's ways to do it.
Or you could get
Or just hypnotize someone to go get the game for me.
Or you can get a car with super tinted windows, like all those.
Oh, and then when I get pulled over, I can be like, yeah, no, my tint's fine. My tint's perfectly legal.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, I don't understand why he's so scared of falling. He doesn't take fall damage, first of all. And second of all, he could just, like...
The Kraken.
He could just air dodge.
The Kraken.
It's dead.
The Kraken.
He could just air dodge. I don't know why.
Maybe there are sharks in the water.
But he can air dodge. I don't know why he's panicking about falling. Oh, jeez.
So y'all, how about Legolas? He's very mad when he's gonna kill something.
Also, really funny thing in the what we do in the Shadow Show, there's also energy vampires too. One of their roommates is an energy vampire.
What do you mean?
Like, he makes people annoyed and depressed by talking to them, and he sucks the energy out of them. So he doesn't kill them, he just drains them of energy, and then the next day he goes and he drains them again. And he can walk in daylight, but he's also really annoying because he could drain other vampires' energy too.
That's great.
So they never want him.
do that.
They never want him around. They're like, go away, Colin Robinson.
I would do that. But he can walk around in daylight. How come?
He can because he's an energy vampire.
That's
Beckett.
Alright, so I'd be an energy vampire then. Everything's perfect.
That's the dude that has Davy Jones's heart and pretty much controls Davy Jones because of it.
I feel like I'd be more of an energy vampire.
Here's the thing,
I don't want to
though.
kill anybody.
Energy vampire can't shapeshift, can't fly, can't do
that's
all those
stupid.
things. That's like
so they're just a regular person. They're
Who's
just
immortal.
a toxic. They're just a toxic immortal.
Yes, they're toxic immortal.
All right.
Good business.
No hypnosis either.
Also,
The fuck's the point?
in a deleted scene for this, they explain, I think, why Jack has that mark on his wrist.
Yeah, it's because he was it's also like hinted through the dialogue. It was
In a deleted scene.
yeah, Jack was no. There was also a regular scene where they hinted at it.
He was supposed to escort
Slaves. And then
slaves
he
for
realized what it
Beckett.
was and then he let them go.
For Beckett,
Oh, what, really?
but then he set them free instead,
And
and,
they-
then Beckett labeled him as an
As a
outlaw.
pirate because he wouldn't ship slaves.
Wait, really?
Because he said people
Are
aren't
not
property.
are not cargo.
Yeah, people are not cargo.
You lost my cargo, and Jack says
Wait, that was
people are not
before
cargo.
he was a pirate, you mean?
Yeah, but like when he was younger, he was working for Beckett. Like,
Oh.
it harkens back to what a lot of pirates were. A lot of pirates were ship traders and seafarers who were cheated out of deals, or their companies told them to do something they didn't want to do. So they said, no, fuck this, fuck you. I'm doing my own thing, and I'm not doing what you're telling me.
Right.
But I think also they.
Wow.
What was I gonna say? Oh, they kind of contradicted that in the fifth movie, I think.
Why?
The fifth movie?
Yeah, in the fifth
I barely
Pirates
remember
movie.
the second one.
But with what line?
Nothing really.
Just with Jack Sparrow's origin, because he was a young kid on a pirate ship. Unless he shipped the slaves before and freed them.
No. He was a young kid working on a ship.
Yeah, and then he was dubbed captain.
Yeah, no.
Or, like, of
him
the pirates or
as a
some
really
shit.
young kid has nothing to do with him working for Beckett. He worked for Beckett like 10 or so years ago.
Well, I think they also contradicted where he got the compass from, because in the second movie it was implied that Tia Dalma gave it to him, but then
He could have gotten it when he was younger.
no, I think they said
Remember,
that he
Tia
got it.
Dalma is a goddess, like, so she's been around for a while.
Oh no, it wasn't that he got it. It was like the rules, because it's like if you ever give the compass away, it's gonna break the curse of that dude in Dead Men Tell No Tales. But he gives it away a bunch of times in the previous movies. So why didn't that break the curse?
I think the difference was
Bad writing.
Bad writing.
You're right.
Or that if he gives up the compass completely as opposed to loaning it. I don't know.
He do loan. He do be loan.
I think it's bullshit.
Honestly, I try not to think about the fourth and fifth movies because the first three were just really good, and then the fourth and the fifth were not as good.
The first one was excelente. The second one was
The third one was epic, but not as good as the first, but it was still good. The fourth one was like kind of the Force Awakens.
The fourth and fifth movie, the only good parts of that movie were the scenes with Jack Sparrow.
Yep.
Everything else about it, I didn't give a shit.
The fifth movie was just straight up a remake of the first movie. Young guy falls in love with girl, break a curse, Jack Sparrow's involved. It's literally the same fucking thing.
And not as good.
And not as good, exactly.
Not nearly as good.
Are we swimming now?
Yes, we're swimming.
Oh, how many swim?
Many swims.
Also, your spells are adjusted when you're underwater.
I love the underwater spells. They're really cool.
And your combos. I'm a little bit scared underwater. I guess because I'm...
Whenever there's a video game where there's a bunch of water, I try my best not to go into it. Because I'm just like, fuck no, there's something giant in there waiting to kill me. Like, in World of Warcraft, in what is it? Vashir?
Yeah.
In Cataclysm, when I would never go too far because I would take one look at those giant fucking whales that are like elite mobs with question mark level, and I'd be like, fuck that shit.
Rip.
Fuck that shit, I'm out. Mm-mm.
Like, I mean, there's a fucking giant whale in the game where you have you can get an achievement to kill it, but the achievement says, like, you got it despite the fact or because there's no loot. You just did it because you could.
Bragging rights.
Bragging rights, exactly.
Do that all the time.
I'm so excited for Classic.
Really? I had no
It
idea.
comes out next month.
What?
Yeah.
Over a month.
Next month, and then some.
Oh my god!
If you touch the jellyfish, you get damaged and they disappear, so you could just take them out with ranged spells.
Also, Banjo-Kazooie, that fucking shark. That's another reason why I never went.
Boy.
Snackers?
Snackers.
Yep.
Snackers was terrifying.
So I never went in the water, and I never got all the jujus because I was terrified of that motherfucker.
But it was like right underneath it. It was right there.
But there were other sections you had to
Was there a
swim through.
chest here, or was I...
Not a lot.
And also the music that played.
Oh, I fucking hated the music. It was just Jaws. It was just Jaws. Hated it.
You know, there's still a lot of theme songs from Banjo-Kazooie stuck in my head.
Oh, they all are.
Boom, ba-da-da-dum, boom, 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 ba-dum, boom, ba-dum,
I think that was
boom,
rare though,
boom,
rare, because even the Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack sounds similar to Donkey Kong 64's a little bit in some parts. So I think that was like Rare that did that. That was,
Yeah, it was Rare.
It was.
It was Rare. Rare made some great games back in the day.
Yeah. Conquer too, I think.
They made
Yeah,
Conquer,
they made Conquer.
Just you play Banjo-Kazooie and you play fucking Donkey Kong, and you're like, oh, so kid friendly. Then you play Conquer and you're like, what the fuck is
You're
this?
like,
Yeah.
But I mean, to be fair, there was also
boy.
the Squirrel's Tales games for the Game Boy Color, I think, and that was really innocent and fun.
Huh.
Then you play fucking Conker's Bad Fur Day, and you're like, dude, this is a fucking 180.
Pretty much. Oof.
But yeah, What We Do in the Shadows is really funny. With Colin Robinson, fucking energy vampire. And then there's another one episode with an emotional vampire called Evie. And she makes everyone feel bad for her by telling like really pitiful stories.
Right.
And Colin Robinson, he like enters a relationship and they feed on people together. And he's like, since I met Evie, she's lost at least 6 animals and 3 different pairs of grandparents, obviously all fake.
Jeez.
Because she just keeps making up stories,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, it's great, but it's too much.
God.
Normally I bitch out of the fight to like restore my, I was about to say mana, my magic, but
And
I kind of want to rush through.
there's another episode where the vampires are preparing for the biannual vampire orgy in their house.
Oh boy.
And Colin Robinson in his fucking
Oh yeah,
dingy...
are you immune to diseases if you're a vampire?
Yeah, you're immune to
Oh hell
diseases.
yeah.
So, no more chicken pox for you or anything like
Chicken
that.
pox you only get once.
Okay.
No
fine.
more measles.
No more measles, exactly. In a world where
Again,
measles...
well,
where
unless you were
measles are-
vaccinated, you won't get them at all.
No more diabetes.
Yes, but Andrew, fucking over 600 measles outbreaks in Brooklyn alone. this year.
No more Black Plague.
Oh yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, not really. That's not really that much of a problem anymore. But
What if I wore a Plague Doctor mask and went out into the sun?
again, if it touched you, even if you wore clothes, it
Like,
would
what
still
if I was
burn you.
completely covered up?
Again,
How would that work?
well, they did that in What You Do in the Shadows. The girl's like, "Oh, I saw it in Blade. You just wear motorcycle helmets. You'll be fine." And as soon as the sun touched them, they started sizzling.
But why? That doesn't make any sense.
Because that, like, they really make it really rigid with the curse, or it's like you really can't be in the sun. Like, that's the rules. I don't know. I don't know.
You're technically not in the sun if you're completely
like,
covered.
why is it then that, you know, even if you're wearing clothes, if the sun touches your sleeve, you still get burned? Because that's just how it works.
That doesn't make sense.
I mean, you know, why is it in a Vampire in Oblivion, if you wear full armor, you go in the sun, you still take damage?
Because their full armor is not full armor.
But it is, though.
No.
Yeah.
You have
No,
a
it's
sick
fine.
obsession with vampires.
Or if you go into the shade in Oblivion, what? Do you suddenly not take damage anymore?
Oblivion is an old game. They would have had to have a lot of time to program that in.
What about in Skyrim?
Skyrim doesn't count.
Why?
It's a bad game.
Okay, don't give Skyrim that much shit.
I thought you played Skyrim.
I did several times. Each time it was released.
I feel like Bethesda is just getting lazier and lazier
Yeah.
with every game they release. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Anywho, moving on.
Moving on.
What was I saying?
Something about
Oh, so in the show, they're
vampires
preparing for
because
the
you have a sick obsession.
biannual vampire orgy in their house.
Right.
And we go to Colin Robinson's room, and he's like, my room isn't that much, but here I have a picture of some human food, some fruit. That way, if I bring a human in here, they'll feel at home because they'll see food.
My God.
And like, his explanation is so stupid, but it's so funny the way he delivers it.
Genius.
And he's like, this is a filing cabinet. I wanted to have a filing cabinet when I was very young, and I bought one. It was one of the first things that I ever bought.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Is what are the Belmonts from? Castlevania. Yeah, is that getting another season?
Hopefully.
I mean,
That was really good.
I mean, as long as something on Netflix is really good, they'll always get a new season until it burns out.
Yeah. When's Dragon Prince come out? Season 3?
Sometime this year.
Or is it 2?
No, season 3 sometime this year.
Ooh, neat.
Or very early next year.
Cool.
I heard it was gonna be September though when season 3 comes out, and I'm excited because that's such a good show.
Yeah, it was really good.
I'll remember the meme. Let's release all the cool games when school starts, and it's Dr. Evil and his whole entourage.
Yep, and they're all laughing evilly.
But like now, when you're out of school, it's like, no big deal.
Yeah, like, oh, you're releasing a game when school's out? Who the fuck cares? You're releasing a game when school is happening? Again, who the fuck cares? Like,
Well, the people in school care.
yeah, but, you know, we go to work every day, so... I go to work every day, except weekends. So it's like, to me, it's like, I don't get a break. I have to request a break. And I only get a week at most.
Big mood.
Big mood.
Oh my God, is that gold?
Well, sometimes you'll notice treasure on the floor, and you can like if you see the reaction command to pick it up, you'll get some money. But
I mean, that's a lot of gold coins right there, dude.
yeah, but it takes so long to farm, and it's like 10 every time you hit the button, and it is finite.
Whose water bottle is this?
yours.
And to be honest, I'm not really starved for money, so I don't really give two shits.
Yeah, but if this was real life, I would be fucking...
It condensed.
I would be packing that shit like all hell.
So what's
Does
up with
this
Sora? Like having and the gang having this outfit, but in Kingdom Hearts 2 they just wore their regular clothes.
What do you mean?
They only had these pirate clothes in this game.
Oh.
This time they visited the pirate world. The first time they visited the pirate world in Kingdom Hearts 2, they just wore their regular clothes.
Because they weren't prepared.
You are not prepared.
Bullshit.
I was playing Warcraft 3 the other day, and I realized that Illidan's voice actor changed from Warcraft 3 to World of Warcraft. It was much lighter in the RTS
Not the
games.
voice actor.
Yeah, no, they changed voice actors.
Are you sure it was?
Yeah, they changed voice actors. I looked
Sure.
it up too, and they changed voice actors. They have Jim O'Brien for World of Warcraft and for Heroes of the Storm. They had a different guy for Warcraft.
Well,
Master.
Illidan's voice actor, Liam something.
I thought that. Oh, not Jim O'Brien. Sorry, like Liam O'Brien. My bad.
Yeah, that guy. He also does the voice of Gaara from Naruto. That actually blew my mind. And he's also the villain Infinity in Sonic Forces.
What's his name?
Liam O'Brien.
How do you spell it? Can you spell it right? Him?
Liam O'Brien? Yeah, that looks like him.
Yeah, he's the guy who plays Caleb in Critical Role, the guy that I'm cosplaying.
Really?
I think it looks like him. It might not be.
He also plays. This is really more for you than Andrew. He plays
Yeah, it
the
is.
warden in For Honor, the male warden.
He does a lot of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah, it is.
But he uses the same exact voice as for Illidan that he does for the warden.
The reason I
really
know
like
is
that
because
voice.
people also search for Sam Riegel, Travis Willing, Laura Bailey, literally everybody from Critical Role.
Matthew Mercer.
Yeah, so that's cool.
You know, I'm surprised that
Oops, dropped something.
Liam O'Brien hasn't voiced an Overwatch character at this point.
Yeah,
I
right.
feel like he's going to.
I mean, that would be that sexy voice is a terrible thing to waste, no?
I guess. I'm not famous enough to sell my bathwater, but I'll spit on you for like $5.
Oh my god.
Would you sell your bathwater, gentlemen?
Who wouldn't?
If somebody's buying it, yeah.
You can't even get mad at the girl because, like don't pretend like you wouldn't do the same fucking thing.
I mean, I just feel like I couldn't get away with it, that's all.
Well, because you're not famous.
Or a woman.
And
No,
you don't sell your
fa-
lewds.
famous men can, you know.
Yeah, let me know as soon as you find out that Justin Bieber sold his bathwater. His hair doesn't count.
Dude, David Beckham would sell his bathwater like that.
Alright, David Beckham, sell your bathwater. Let me know how that goes.
You know nothing, Jason.
No, I guess I don't.
You know nothing.
Or do you?
Am I not prepared?
No, you weren't.
Oh, I'm not prepared.
Yeah.
Hey, are we gonna be on a boat anytime soon?
Yes, that's what we're looking for. A ship,
When he's
Jason.
done swimming, yeah.
There we go. Okay, boss battle coming up. You know there's a boss battle when there's a save point, like...
Hitler. No.
What?
Hitler.
You gotta send me that pic. I actually have something similar to that.
I just love their reactions. They're all like, what?
There is something else like that I gotta show you later. That's obviously not a trap.
Not at all. Not at all.
I don't think so.
Listen, if it's a trap, I'll sell my bathwater.
Will you really?
No.
He won't.
I think you'd have to pay people for them to take your bathwater.
But Donald, no pirate worth his salt ignores treasure.
Oh my god. You realize you have to keep sending me these pictures
I do? Why?
so that the audience knows what you're like doing.
They don't have to know anything.
They really don't.
Yes, they do. You fuck!
What are you laughing at now?
Oh, this one is actually kind of funny just because it's so random.
Uh-oh. Okay, so when he's zapping lightning all over the place, you wanna, you know, just speed around to avoid it?
Gotta go fast?
Very.
Yes, very.
Faster?
Ah!
Too slow.
Uh-oh. Andrew, are you gonna die?
Well, I mean, if you say it like that, you kind of make me want to die.
Keep talking like that.
Andrew, do you wanna die today? Do you wanna die?
Do you?
I can't wait to pause that.
Oh damn, he's cutting this footage out. This is not gonna be in the thing.
Victory is mine!
No, it's not.
Yes, it is!
Nope.
Tickle, 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 tickle. Suffer my wrath!
You done?
Yes.
Fuck. Oh, God damn it. I hate that I'm fat and ticklish.
I mean, what is you be? What is your? What?
You heard me.
Well, why'd you throw fat in?
Because I'm fat, I'm ticklish.
I'm ticklish and I'm skinny.
I would be less ticklish if I was fat. You know what? It would be less funny because my fat wouldn't be jiggling around when I was tickled.
I mean, okay.
You've made my breasts sore, Andrew.
I didn't even pinch them.
Yes, but they are still sore.
From getting tickled?
Yes, I am frail and weak, and you should give me money for compensation.
Anyway, if you haven't figured it out by now, I like to stay on the side of him and avoid his mouth as much as I can. Okay.
That's what she said.
Ugh. Okay. Die. Oh my god, thank you! Oh!
Did you do it?
I did it.
Did you do it?
Yes, I did it.
Did you do it?
Yes, I did it.
Okay, congratulations.
He did it!
Yeah.
And I got a chest.
Oh, so the chest is real?
What?
Was the chest actually real, though?
No.
Yeah, the chest was real. And now he killed himself to open the doorway for us. That was so nice of him.
That reminds me of like half the Ocarina of Time bosses where they don't actually die because you kill them. They die because they killed themselves because they were in so much pain. Like King Dodongo. You don't kill him. You cause him so much pain that he bumps into a
So
wall.
what was that fish guarding? Oh, thank goodness, Sora! Ariel, what are you doing here? Sorry, I tried to mate with that fish. It didn't go well.
Oh,
It went south really fast, and not the good kind. Oh, jeez.
He didn't go down on me, if that's what you're saying.
That's what I meant when I said
Besides, there's nowhere to really go down on, you know? There's nothing down there. It's just scales.
No, there isn't.
There's the marbles.
It's just scales.
Were you not paying attention to Game Arts 2, Jason? I explained my sexy fish anatomy.
Maybe you should draw a diagram for me. It'll be easier.
I'm pretty sure we'd get banned for that.
No, just for me.
Oh, just for you?
Yeah, just for me.
I mean, I'm sure there's art of that on the internet. You don't have to consult me about it.
No. I want you specifically to draw this art and show me where the merpuss is.
Just Google fish pussy.
No. Andrew,
Exactly.
Andrew, until you give me a picture, I'm not accepting any other sources as factual. It can only come from you. Do you understand how important this is to me, Andrew? I will not accept any other source as factual. Only you. And your diagram. Your hand-drawn diagram.
I mean...
You have to spend man-hours on this.
It's our very own ship.
Are you certain about that?
Huh? What? Jack?
Finders keepers.
Jack doesn't swim, by the way, in this game.
9.
Does he just teleport?
Yes.
Jack,
Yeah.
You already have the Black Pearl.
Aye, to which this ship holds no candle.
But to be fair, this ship is better than the Black Pearl. Because, okay, when you're out on open water, and they're going to show you, but you can level up your ship. And when you reach it to max level, you get to drive the Black Pearl.
Really?
Yeah.
Suppose you
But
have to do.
if I remember correctly, its stats aren't as good as the max level Leviathan, which is what your ship is called.
Cool. That's a nice name.
So I don't see the point in driving the Black Pearl other than
Ready
aesthetic.
enough, Captain, but aren't we kind of trapped?
Now, Sora, I know you've made passage through straits far more dire than
We should have just used the fucking gummy ship.
Just follow your
Or just use the Black Pearl.
No, the Black Pearl is out and
Beckett.
about. Yeah.
Oh.
Bucket has it.
Bucket has it?
Bucket has it.
What's the bucket filled with?
Has it.
Ass?
Has it.
Oh, okay.
Has it. Nah.
Make way!
Who's moving?
The boat.
At minimal, how many people does it take to drive a ship?
A good amount.
A couple.
Because in the movie, they made it look like 2 was enough.
No, you kind of need a couple more people than 2.
Maybe it's not impossible with 2, but I imagine it's really hard.
I'd say at least 8.
It depends on the size of the ship as well. A smaller ship, it's more plausible, but because first of all, you need someone to man the rudder. You need someone to hoist the sails or take down the sails.